Hey, raise your hand if you're starting to feel sick. Ow, dang! But the show must go on, so it's all good. Hey folks, I'm Shygrim, and this is the Screencap. After receiving criticism from fans about Apex Legends and its updates, the executive producer Drew McCoy had this to say: "Our goal isn't, and has never been, to patch or update content on a weekly basis. Many fans of Apex look at the absence of regular content updates as to why the game has started to die down a bit. Over the past month or so, Apex Legends player base, as well as the Twitch viewers, have been declining. Twitch metrics say that Apex Legends has on average around 20,000 viewers currently, which is far fewer than the 357,000 Twitch viewers that Apex had in February. Oof. Rip Apex. I can see all the why Apex is dying videos now." The Apex team stated that they would rather work on the stability of the game rather than adding more and more new content that may not fit into the game very well. But then their game's gonna suffer a little bit because of it, so it's kind of a win-lose, I guess. In a later interview, the topic of employee burnout and stress was brought up. Vince Zampella, the co-founder of Respawn Entertainment, stated that they want to look at the quality of life for the development team and that they don't want to overwork their employees. So they really aren't pulling an Epic Games. It's all good though. Fortnite's still popular. Fortnite recently introduced an Avengers crossover game mode, aptly named Endgame, for the movie. It was known that Excelsior was sort of Stan Lee's catchphrase, and now when playing this new Fortnite game mode, the word Excelsior will display on the bottom of your screen no matter your win or loss, which is kind of a cool nod. The president of Nintendo today stated to investors that there are no plans for the company to announce a new Switch model at E3, which kind of blows a huge hole in our other story, huh? As you know from an earlier report we covered, the Wall Street Journal stated that there would be 2 new Nintendo Switch models to be potentially released around the time of E3. Thanks for making us look bad, Wall Street Journal. You guys are really good with YouTubers, huh? Nintendo did state, however, that they are constantly working towards new hardware and that they will announce anything whenever anything is actually going to be released. So they're basically saying, shut up, we'll give you the details when we have them. All they stated for sure is that nothing new hardware-wise will be announced at this year's E3. Nintendo also shut down any hopes of any higher quality Switch being announced, specifically targeting the earlier report by the Wall Street Journal. Nintendo, however, is working with Tencent to sell the Switch to the Chinese market, but the launch time for that is still unknown. But hey, that's pretty cool. China's gonna get the Switch.
Yeah.
Woo! In just this last quarter, Nintendo sold 2.4 million Switch consoles and a total of 16.95 million over the entire year, falling shy of their 20 million target. Nintendo did, however, report very strong sales in software, mainly due to Pokemon Let's Go, Super Mario Party, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. They sold over 118 million units of software, which is an 86.7% increase from last year's game sales. For next year, Nintendo is estimating around 18 million Switch sales, but I think that's kind of an underestimate. From the earlier article, we learned that Nintendo partnered up with Tencent to sell the Switch in China, so now that they're allowed to sell in that market, I think that Nintendo will easily overshoot their modest 18 million goal. The Nintendo Switch has sold 34.74 million units in total now, which has just surpassed the sales of the N64, which is at 32.9 million. Can we talk about that spider controller? Good lord. Blizzard's Overwatch is about to get a huge new feature. Too little too late, Blizzard, but it's okay. The Overwatch Workshop was just announced today, and it states that it will also allow players to create new and unique game modes. It'll allow players to modify current game modes and change rules and even win conditions. The workshop is currently available on the PTR for PC only, and the players can now adjust health pools, damage, and how all the healing works and all that. Blizzard also stated that players can add text to map elements, which might end up horribly, knowing the internet and all, but that's for time to tell. Who already made Overwatch Battle Royale? Because I know it has to be made already. Oh, you spelled made M-E-I-D, didn't you?
Yep.
Man, I'm so glad I work with you. The 4th largest internet service provider in the US, Cox, is testing a new service called Elite Gamer. Really? That's the name?
Yeah.
Okay. The new service aims to give customers access to a dedicated gaming network to smooth out any connections to multiplayer games. This new service can be added onto existing packages for a price of $14.99 per month. I mean, there's always a price, but in an interview it was said that this service is just repackaging WT Fast, which is a private network that analyzes network packets and finds the lowest latency server for you. This new service will not affect anything else and will only focus on the game packets themselves. Elite Gamer, I still can't get over that name, says that it can reduce lag by 34%, ping by 55%, and jitter by 45%. I, for one, don't really care too much. I tried What the Fast in the past, and it seemed really limited in the games that it worked on, and then it did work and it was still bottlenecked by the ISP, and I don't know how much this will improve latency or lag or whatever, and like all the other internet jargon ISPs throw at you to get you to pay more because net neutrality's gone now. But if it does actually work well, then that would be really helpful considering there's a lot of gamers out there. Nothing worse than dying because of lag. Man, they're really taking advantage of that anti-net neutrality stuff now, huh? Oh, you can get the gamer package, and you can play your video games on the gamer package. Otherwise, you're gonna suck shit. I can't say that word, bleep that out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate you stopping by. We will be back for more news on Tuesday. So, we will see you then. Woo! I did this last episode. I'm not gonna do it again. This is what I'm doing this time.
Okay.
Is this uncomfortable?
I'm okay.
It's okay, because the video is almost over.